Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna jump from this into a little bit more about like obviously your fangirl life because
Okay.
that's how we met, guys. We
Yeah.
met at a lineup at a concert.
Mhm.
So, okay, let's start with
Mhm.
what's the group that got you into K-pop?
The group that got me into K-pop was Shiny.
Really?
OG, Shiny, yeah. My friend, it was back, when was this? Grade 7 or 8. I was in elementary school, and she showed me a video of Shiny's Key dancing Hoop by SNSD.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to use this as like a commercial because we were doing a video project at that time. So she's like, "Oh, I want to use this as a commercial." So I'm like, "What is this? Like, it's not fit for a commercial." I just started showing everybody, like my family. I'm like, "My friend wants to use this for a commercial, but like, it's not fit for it. Like, what is this?" And then she's actually showed me like some of their songs, like "Hello, Lucifer," "Ring Ding Dong," and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is soul. This is speaking to my soul."
You're like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Show me more.
hmm Yep, I'm very interested. She got me, and if I were just to go on top of that, my first bias was actually Mino. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because back then it was like everybody already had a bias, so it was kind of like, oh, you have these people to pick from. So I was like, okay, well,
If I
one with the
must.
short black hair. I know. Roll your eyes, because like that's how it kind of was back then until people started realizing you don't own your K-pop idol. They're shared. Everybody loves them. So it was stepped out of that, but was my first bias.
That's awesome. So I had no idea, guys, about her. Like I didn't know Shiny was the one that threw the bait and reeled her
Yeah,
in. Apparently, so okay, that's news to me too. We didn't meet at a Shiny concert.
I know. We met at the B. I wasn't. It was BAP.
It was BAP, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it
It came.
BAP?
I think. Wait, was it? No, hold on. No, it was Teen Top.
It
Sorry.
was, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It was like that thing at Government nightclub. Like it was like K
Hmm.
Wave or something like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, okay. So I had thought we met at BAP back in New York. Because I don't know. I keep thinking in New York, when I went to see BAP, there was somebody else in line. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm from Toronto too. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm from Toronto too. Okay. But then we did later on still end up seeing BAP in
Mhm,
Toronto. So
mhm.
that was
Yeah.
actually really
Mhm.
awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Shiny. Well, I'm glad they're still around.
Yes, I know. And they're still
BAP.
rocking it.
Awesome. And so I guess right now, what are your like top five groups?
Ooh. I'll be honest with you, I actually don't have a top five. It's more like top three. Yeah, because
Okay.
I'll be honest, I'm a very picky person now when it comes to who I choose to stan. Um,
Is this like
but it,
emotionally? You don't want to be too invested?
yeah, emotionally, yeah, because I feel like there's just so many groups, and like I feel like if I started doing this for another group, the bank's gonna break at some
Hmm.
point.
Oh, trust me,
So
I know.
I love the collection though; it looks great. Um, but no particular order though. I really like BAP,
Hmm.
Monsta X, and 1S, of course.
Awesome. And coincidentally, yes, she already has her ticket for Monster X next year,
Oh yeah,
guys.
yeah, I'm so
She had
excited.
she had the first round of tickets actually before it got
Yeah.
rescheduled.
Oh, it was crazy. Like it was. I was buying, and I think I got at that one at the first round of tickets. I had gotten like the second row near the stage, but and I found out that they had to like they were changing venues,
Hmm.
and I'm pretty sure I think they refunded us for the ticket. I think we had to buy it again.
Oh, I
So,
didn't know it was a change of venue. I just thought it was a change of date.
no, no, it was like a venue. So I think they were going to do it at AC. I don't remember what it's called now. But the
Scotiabank Arena.
ACC. Yeah, the Scotiabank Arena. Yes, I don't even remember what it's called. They were going to do it at the Scotiabank Arena, but I think because it was so big and there weren't a lot of tickets being sold
Hmm.
for that venue, they switched it to another one, a much smaller one. Um, but at that point, I was like in tears because I was desperately trying to like find like the front row. Like I was trying to look for middle. I was trying to look for something like off to the side. I ended up actually getting corner front row.
Corner front. Okay, that's really
Yeah,
good too.
yeah. I'm really excited and to see you too and meet up with Alex. Yes.
We're like a third of a celebrity in Toronto now, guys. I don't know if you guys know. So feel free to approach us when you see us on the street. Just like don't come at us with like any hate, because then we'll be like, no, that's not us. Who are you talking about? That's another Russian and Chinese girl you're talking about.
You know,
Okay, so you don't have a top five. You really have a top three that you're putting your focus on right now, and it's because you don't want to be too emotionally invested
yeah.
and all of that stuff,
I'm
which is
easily invested.
perfectly fine. Like
Yeah.
everyone has, I think, like a way to manage and really like do how they want to do when it comes to like their hobby, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
I think it's fair for me to say that K-pop is like a hobby for me. It's not so much like it's definitely not my job, because I mean,
Oh,
if it was
for
my
sure.
job. But it's definitely a hobby, and like everyone, handles it, manages it, and does it in their own way, which is amazing.
Mhm.
What do you think changed, or what do you love most about K-pop?
Ooh, what do I love most? That's a big question.
Yeah, I know. How has K-pop changed you as a person?
Philosophical at that point. Okay, I just really like, based off my experiences too with ONEUS, just the fan interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like sometimes when you're having a really bad day, you just feel so emotionally drained and you don't have a lot of like energy, and you need something that will spark that energy again. And I think a lot of times, like, V Live, YouTube content, anything like that, where the artist is interacting with you, makes you feel in that moment very happy,
Mm-hmm.
very special, and a part of a community with other fans. I think just the fan interaction community are like one of my favorite parts about K-pop, because like just a little bit off topic, like when you go to a concert,
Mm-hmm.
we're all there for the same purpose. Some people are afraid of going alone, but you have to remember that you're going there with the same purpose as everybody else. And just that, again, community is really great, to feel uplifted and to feel happy. It's like your happy space.
Well put. I love that. I love the way you put it. So, see, you said it was a philosophical question, but you answered it very eloquently, I have to say.
Thank you. I tried.
I love that. And that is like kind of like the basis of what we want to do here at O2N, kind of like what Alex and I want to do as like the Nuna and the Unnie of the community. Like be that opening and be like, yeah man, come say hi. Or like, yo, we're here, don't be embarrassed. Like K-pop is not something you need to be embarrassed about, especially this day and
Exactly.
age, right? We're all here to have fun. We know what it's about. People who don't know us don't know the exclusives. That's cool. Don't worry about them. Like,
Got the inside scoop.
exactly. They don't know what they're missing, okay? Well, it's just like,
I know.
so that's awesome. I hope you continue to spread that energy wherever you go, right?
Of course.
Anybody you meet, that is a K-pop fan, you're just like, it's great. It's a great community. Come, let's give each other hugs.
Hugs. Virtual hug.
And it's amazing because, like, obviously this is how we met each other. So, it's awesome. I'm so happy that we are still, like, in contact. Obviously not all the time because we have busy lives and stuff like that. But we're still in contact, put likes on each other's stories and reactions and stuff like that. And so you guys believe it. You guys can make long-term friends through K-pop. And
Exactly.
it's people that will understand that, like, I just want to marry my bias. No, that kind of, it's part of that. But then also, like, the sharing and, like, the all of that just keeps us really, it's positive energy all around. There's never negativity. Like, how do you personally deal with, I would say, the fan wars that you see online sometimes, or like the toxicity within like K-pop? How do you deal with it?
Ooh, how do I deal with it? I personally, I just ignore it because most of what I see on Twitter somehow happens to be very positive content, and the negative stuff just entirely gets blocked out. I don't know how I don't see it, and then sometimes like one tweet in a while it'll be like, oh, like this person is saying this and this and this, and I'm like, but where?
You're like,
I don't see it. Also,
okay.
I just don't listen to it. I don't try to interact with it because if I'm getting fueled up in that negativity, it's definitely going to have an effect on how I probably will see like K-pop eventually. And to
Exactly.
kind of keep that, not everything has like a pure great side, but to keep what makes you happy is definitely important, and just ignoring it and just doing what you like.
That's awesome. I'm very jealous of you. I sometimes delve in a little bit too deep with people. Like it's pretty serious on like Facebook sometimes, and I'm just like,
Oh man. Sometimes people just crawl under your skin, don't they?
just I want to like take out my like. I just like warm up my fingers for like the you don't know what you're talking about. Like stop spreading hate here and move on and report you report
Report.
report for hate speech.
I know. It's once in a while though, I will fall to that, but it depends on who it is and what the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something very minor, it's like whatever. But if it's like you dissing one is because they copy somebody, well, chances are something like that has been done similarly. Not
Mm-hmm.
everything is entirely different, but um, you just have to accept that sometimes there's going to be similarities across K-pop, but also that the subtle differences are also very prominent as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like obviously traditional Korean concept,
Mm.
it's not going to be the first, it's not going
Yeah.
to be the last, even for
Hmm.
their own group. Like they like doing it, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
so, I mean, there's going to be people out there. It's like, "Ugh, that's like, you guys are just bandwagoning on that concept," and I'd be like, y'all need to understand something. A concept is a concept, okay?
Exactly.
So that's awesome. All right. So it's been, believe it or not, almost an hour since we
Oh
started
my
talking.
god.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow.
Um, I have two more things for you. One is a question, and one is, well, both of them are questions, but one is more for me, and one is more a generic question that I want,
Mm-hmm.
other people to know. So Eric Nam, we all love
Oh,
Eric. He's a great guy.
I
I don't
love him.
I don't know him personally, but I mean he seems like a great guy, right? Like,
Yeah, 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 he seems great.
dude, the man looks like he could not hurt a single fly. Like,
He's like one of the most natural, funniest guys
yes,
out there.
I agree. I agree. And so, in Debak show, actually, a lot of the times he likes to ask the idols and the guests that come on what their parents thought about them getting into like the industry. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I want to turn this a little bit. What does your parents think about your walls? Think
Oh
about
my,
your life as a fangirl?
my god. I love getting this question. First of all, my mom wishes that I took all these posters down.
Oh, she's like the feng
But
shui, my darling. It's not
yeah,
good.
yeah. But I think at the same time, she slowly and hopefully kind of understood, why I liked it. And even though she wants me to take this down, she knows that in the very corner of her deepest heart that it makes me happy. And buying all this stuff too, it made her worried because before, I had those phases like Justin Bieber, Hannah Montana, the Jonas Brothers. Like those were really fleeting um, moments of my life. But I think that after spending like a decade in K-pop and still being here after that long,
Hmm.
I hope that she sees that it's not just fleeting. It's literally now a part of me. Like I say this all the time that now I can't imagine my life without K-pop, as cheesy as that sounds. Um, she she tries to interact with me sometimes. She'll look at my wall and be like, "Who's your favorite guy? Like, is it this guy? Is it that guy?" So slowly opening up, but still very hesitant to see where this is all gonna go.
Okay, that's good. That's like,
Mhm.
That's good to know. I guess because I guess we're part of like the fangirls that are slowly, I'm sorry to say, aging more and more. Uh,
Are the wrinkles showing?
seriously considering Botox at one point. But like, now it's like, I guess, other fangirls at my age, right? They're having children or they've had children, and that K-pop influence now is like they get to go to concerts with their kids, and it's just like that's like so. I find that so cool. I hope one day I can go to a concert with my kids. So
I
just like,
know, right?
yeah, I think that's awesome. I was sort of in a state where my parents were kind of like, "Oh my god, this is getting a little bit concerning. Like, where is she putting all her money? What's going
Yeah,
on here?"
yeah.
But they respectively like don't really delve too much. They do walk in sometimes where I'm like watching like the music shows, and like they're like, "Oh, who's that?" And I'll be like, "That's Super Junior. Oh my god, I can't believe you don't know." Like, right? I'm like, "Do you
Of course, you
remember
don't
like
know your son-in-law.
right?" I want to be like, "That guy's my husband." Sometimes I do. Sometimes like I like, "Oh, this guy's my husband," and they're like looking at me like, "Okay, so when are you going to bring him home?" Like, you're funny child, you're funny. And yeah, they'll be like, oh, they'll look at some girl groups and don't don't hit that dislike button, but sometimes she'll be like, "I wonder if she got any work done on her face." I'm like, Mom, like, Mom.
I know. You're being controversial, Mom.
I know, like, I can't, you can't even say that on the internet these days. Like, the amount of people will find out where you live and they'll egg our house, Mom.
They might try to find past photos first to see that they look the same, and then they might come to egg your house.
Exactly. They'll be like, "See?" And they'll like paste them all over our doors. They're like, "No, no, she didn't get under the knife." That's awesome. Like, I'm so happy that we got to talk today. I miss you so much.
Me too, I miss you.
We
and
should,
one day.
yeah, we need to do dinner.
Together.
Because then I can go to a Korean restaurant with you and I don't have to worry about anything. And
pressure level elevated.
what? It's just food. Don't worry about it.
I know.
And I'm even more happy that you continue to like, be that person that I met in the lineup years ago, with your fangirling, still into K-pop, and spreading positive energy all around. So we're gonna end this today on some personal note. We've, as a channel, been around for a couple months now. We have, I think I checked, over like 50 to 60 videos now.
Wow,
I know.
amazing.
I mean, they don't all do well, but thanks to you, at least we get one view on every video.
Every single video.
And so I wanted to know, like, what do you think about, our channel? Did you even think I would ever venture into YouTube? And what you would like to see us, do more or experience or do differently? What do you have to say for O2N?
First of all, I appreciate and love O2N because first of all, it shows that older K-pop fans are still around. Like, just because we got a job and we work 9 to 5 doesn't mean that we can't still have a hobby. I really appreciate O2N for doing that and just showing that K-pop is still alive everywhere, and you appreciate it for what it is still, and still keep that young at heart too. There are a lot of set of questions now I'm forgetting.
What would you like to see more of, or see that we haven't done before?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like you guys have been doing like everything, like challenges, reaction videos, reviews. No, there hasn't.
You're like more one-us content.
I know, yeah. More one is content for me. I honestly don't know.
That's all right. I mean, you can always hit me up in the messages, in the
Yeah.
DMs, you know.
If I ever think of something, I'll definitely let you know
Okay,
and see
okay.
where that kind of content will take. But I love O2N. Been since day one.
We love you too. Yes, fam, she is an OG. She is an OG.
Yeah, I was there even when you said before, like, hey, we're doing something special. I'm like, what is it? Is it?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for your love and support always to our channel.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you ever think of anything, obviously feel free to hit me up in my DMs. Be like, yeah, I think we. By the way, I do have something planned that requires people in population to take part
Oh.
in for a content, but it's banking on obviously the pandemic and how
Mhm.
we can group and be together, obviously.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when things get, I guess, better, hopefully, fingers crossed, things do get better, and it's allowed. Like, I do plan on something that will require you to meet me in person
Oh my
again.
god. Like so excited. I'll wait for that day.
Okay.
Veronica, please. The pandemic, please.
No spoilers. No spoilers right now, though.
Yep, for
Okay.
sure. For sure.
So thank you once again for joining me today on a
Thank
reaction
you for
video,
inviting me.
virtually,
Yeah.
online, letting me check out like one of your, I guess, bias groups,
Yeah.
and sharing your oneness, like, you know, I guess, book of encyclopedia knowledge
Right.
with me,
Mm-hmm.
schooling me on oneness. Okay, I'll just be honest with you guys. I won't sugarcoat it. I got schooled today on oneness. But I hope you guys also learned something as well. And if you want to continue to learn other things or other groups, because I think you've opened this segue to more guests coming on here, Olivia. I think you did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel so special to open that segue to other people. That'll be really exciting to see.
Yeah, if you're a local, if you in that GTA area and you K-pop fan and you want to join us for a video reaction for your bias group because you think we don't know what we're talking about, or you think we haven't checked them out before and you can school us on them, feel free to let us know in the comments below. And obviously like and subscribe because you'll never know when we post. This week has been, I got a text from Alex today. She's like, "You're like a content farm today." It was. There's gonna be four
Keep growing.
consecutive days
Wow.
of video posts this week, and
Wow.
so make sure you guys subscribe, or else you guys never
Mm-hmm.
gonna know when it's posted. And
Yeah,
of
you guys are gonna
course,
be missing something great here.
exactly. And you have to vouch for me because you follow the Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not like completely dead on our Instagram, right?
Oh, you're
I,
so alive. You always post like funny things, and sometimes I will see Alex's TikTok videos too. Sometimes you're always there. You're ever present there on Instagram.
you heard it. I'm not dead on Instagram, so make sure you guys follow on Instagram and on TikTok for the most fun content ever. Okay, that's it for this one. We will see you in the next one. Bye.